Alright, so about 2 videos ago, I showed off my DSi XL, and I love this thing. It's great. Oh, I shouldn't. It's great for DS games, and it looks awesome. But I also mentioned that I wanted to get two things. Hopefully, either next is a new 3DS or a DS Lite. Uh, Either it'd be my childhood new 3DS or a very similar one, or a DS Lite because they're pretty cheap on eBay. So it's either a really expensive one or a really cheap one. Let's find out. At some point, I want to get a DS Lite for other multiplayer stuff, and just because I've never had one. But two, I also wanted to get a new 3DS, specifically a new 3DS, the Mario Black one, because that's the one that I had when I was a kid. And I still can't believe this, but it happened. I got it. And there was quite a few circumstances that came together for this to... Oh, by the way, I got a stylus that matches it a lot better, by the way. Anyway, there was quite a few circumstances that came together for me to get this frickin' thing. And I'm really happy still. So let me just show this off, and I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that I have this thing, and it's not like the most amazing, pristine, awesome, cool condition. There's some scratches and stuff, like especially like up here I noticed, but it's fine, really. It doesn't look that bad in real life. It's really just the video. It looks good to me. But yeah, this thing is amazing. So let me explain some things. So my first DS ever was a DSi XL in bronze. And I liked that thing. I had some fun with it, but it did not last. Actually, it lasted quite a while. I think a good few years until it broke. It wasn't not that bad, but it definitely fell apart near the end. And then that thing kind of just died. I forget the exact circumstances, but I know one thing that was funny that happened was there's this cool trend at school that wasn't a trend because it lasted one day, where everyone during the time before school, like before classes started, they would throw their bags in the air because it was like it was elementary school. We didn't have laptops or anything super fragile, so they would throw their bags in the air. And the one day that was happening, I had my DSi in my bag, so I threw it up and it broke. The hinge broke. So that was that. Shot one, boom, didn't work anymore. And then I think at some point around then the cartridge slot stopped working. So boom, round two. I remember specifically the cartridge slot. It was just like it wouldn't. It wasn't like you put it in like something like this, where it was like you can put it in, but it doesn't read or whatever. Not saying that this is like that, just an example. It just wouldn't go in, so I think one of the pins was bent out of place. It's long gone, so I can't fact check, but I assume that's what was going wrong. But then, later, a little bit after that happened, it actually wasn't long after it broke, so a little bit before 2016, I got this, but not this system. It was this model of 3DS. It was the new Nintendo 3DS Mario Black. And I loved this thing. I watched YouTube on it. I played games on it. No shit. I remember I got I think it was Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D and Mario Party Island Tour. I think those were the two games that I got with it. And I loved this thing. I was definitely late to the 3DS game, but I was having so much fun with it. God, this looks horrible on video. It looks great in real life. I don't know what's going on video. It's like popping out like a bunch of garbage on it. It looks fine, I promise. That screen looks really bad on there. Ugh. Weird. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I got those games. I love this thing. I remember the first game that I was ever like on announcement, and I was like, I need to get that because it was 2017. And nobody cared about the 3DS anymore. But I, as a child, we didn't have a Switch yet. We didn't get a Switch until 2020, I think. I, as a kid, was just like, I loved this thing. I played it all the time. This was my system, and I loved it. And the first game that was ever announced that I was like, Mom, you need to get this to me. You need to get this for me. And it wasn't anywhere near like a birthday or Christmas. I was like, I need this game. It was Minecraft. New Nintendo 3DS edition. And I loved it. I didn't care that it ran shitty. I didn't care if it ran like garbage. I didn't care if it looked like garbage. I didn't care if the C-stick wasn't that great to use. It was fine because I was playing Minecraft on my own system. I loved it. And I still love this console design. Hey, it's me. I love this. I'm like, I get the whole like, oh, Super Nintendo or Super Famicom with the buttons. I didn't even know it was a reference. I just think it looks cool. But I mean, black buttons would also be fine on this. I just like this overall system design, especially with the Mario plates. This is just an amazing design, and it really doesn't look good on this camera. This is just my phone. God, I don't know why it looks so bad on here. Okay, the back, there is some scratches that, I mean, the one design thing that I don't really like about this is that there's 2 feet on the back, like there, but it doesn't stop you from like placing it down and then like on a table and then going like but I'm pretty sure that those scratches were there when I got it. I just didn't pay attention to it because, I mean, when you're playing it, you're playing boom, boom, there. You're not going to notice that. And when the screen's on, I don't even notice that or like any of the smudges or whatever. And if I really, really get super nitpicky about it, then yeah, there's some like scuffs or whatever. But this is still just insane that I can have this again. And I'm so thankful that things are working out for my mom because she was the one that got me this again. For the second time, she got me the same thing. And the second time cost way more than the first. Because, I mean, this was a Black Friday special, so it was super cheap. It was like, I know it was like only $100 US. I don't know how much it was Canadian. It was probably like 110, $120, which is not bad at all. But this one costs $350 Canadian. And I saw that, like, okay, so I've been looking for this thing forever. I've been on Amazon. I've been on eBay. I, at some point, was just like, I fucking give up, and I'm just gonna get a normal new 3DS from Japan because they're a lot cheaper. So it'll just be the matte black, which I still like how that one looks, but this one just hits home. So I was just like, I'll settle. I'll just get a normal one, or maybe I'll just get a normal 3DS. Like, I can just get like a black 3DS. I honestly just wanted a normal folding 3DS, so I didn't really... At some point, I just stopped caring about the model. But, like, I'd honestly just wanted a third DS so I could play DS games and 3DS games. with my brothers. So yeah, I started going like, okay, maybe I'll just look into getting one of the matte ones from Japan, and then I mean I was already gonna mod it anyway, so you know that's where I got to, because it was a long time, because I forgot I didn't even go through the timeline. So as a kid, I got my Mario 3DS. I got it for Christmas 2016, which was after I broke my DSi. I got it for Christmas 2016. For the entirety of 2017, I loved this thing, and Christmas 2016, I loved this thing. It was amazing. And then at some point in, I want to say February 2018, I broke it by plugging something into the headphone jack at the bottom, and then it was just an aux cable, and then I plugged the other end into my TV, and then it shot it. And that TV is right over there. That TV broke my 3DS. Which, I mean, I say that as mostly a joke. I broke my 3DS by plugging it into that TV. And it never turned on again. I started smelling burning, and it was just done. It would never turn on again. And it sat there. It just sat on a little shelf in our basement for a while since then. And then a little bit later, like a couple years later, I want to say in 2020, maybe 2019, my dad threw it out because it was just broken and sitting there, which I still disagree with. It wasn't his. I know he probably paid for it, but it was broken. It was sitting there, but it wasn't hurting him. So I don't know why he went like, oh, he's not using this. We'll just throw it out, I guess. So, but yeah, it after that, I was scouring forever. Just like, I mean, obviously in my mind, I moved on. I was done. I didn't have a 3DS anymore. Later on, I got a red and white 2DS, and then that one just kind of died on its own. It broke on its own, just randomly out of nowhere. Don't know what happened to it. I got grounded from it at one point. I put it on the island. I was like, okay, I'll come back to this later. Put it on the island, came back to it whenever I got ungrounded, and screen was shattered. So there, boom, another one down the drain, and then I got another 2DS, which is a blue one, and it's right over there. It's out of reach, and I'm not gonna. My room's a mess. I gotta clean it later. After that, yeah, I got the 2DS, the blue 2DS, not the mainly black with the blue accents. It's the fully blue one with the black accents, and I do like that console. But I definitely like how this one looks more. And yeah, like I said, I'm going back and forth and back and forth. For the longest time, I was looking for it again, just to get it again. But it was very limited edition here. Not a lot of people had this one. After a long time of searching, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll settle for a Japanese one. Or maybe I'll just get a normal 3DS. Or just get a DS Lite as well, because that's another thing that I was looking into. So I ended up like going like, yeah, maybe I'll see like what Facebook groups have to offer. Like, so I went to some like local city Facebook groups, and I posted a big old post. It was like, hey, I'm looking for this specific 3DS model for something that isn't an outrageous price. Is there anyone in the area, like the cities that are around me, that would be willing to sell it? And then someone commented, well, first someone commented with the white version and said, like, I just ordered this, I'm not going to use it. But it was a pretty high price. So I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I would have settled for a white one if it was a good price. But no, it was like $500. So, no thanks. And then someone came in like 15 days after I posted it, I had already like given up on that post, but I got a notification. Someone commented and said like, "Hey, a long time ago, I bought this for my son, but he never really took interest in it. Uh, we can talk about this." And I ended up messaging her, and yeah, she offered it for $350, and I was like, I mean, that's a great price compared to what's on eBay, but I mean, it's not me that's purchasing it, not me that's buying it. It's my mother, because I don't really have money, which sucks, but you know, it is how it is. And you know, one of these, sorry, I was feeling my phone. It's getting hot. But yeah, I can't afford things right now. I need a job, but I've been applying forever. But that's besides the point. I was like, yeah, I'll talk to my mom about it, and you know, I kind of like explained it pretty much. I mean, she already knew for the longest time that I was looking for this specific thing, and you know, yeah, I just explained, because she already knew that I was looking for it, and she knew that I made the post. But I said, like, someone commented, here's how much, here's who they are. I was like, listen, I don't want to like haggle or whatever, or get their hopes up that we're gonna buy it, or get my hopes up we're gonna buy it. So I was just like, here's her Facebook. You guys can figure it out. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I always made sure that she knew that if she couldn't get it, of course, that is 100% okay. And at some point, I would be able to just buy it myself in like the distant future. Like, I was in no rush. I have a 2DS. It works fine. I just want this for sentimental value. Obviously, I'm going to play it. I still play it a ton. But at the time, you know, I was thinking, like, I have a 2DS. It works fine. I don't need a new 3DS. It's just like the sentimental, this is what I grew up with thing. That's all it was. Of course, I play it. And you know, it's nice to be able to play 3DS games with my brother now, because now I have a 2DS and a 3DS, and be able to play DS games with the three of us, because I have a DSi. All three of us can play, which I haven't done yet with all three of us, but I plan to. Definitely gonna bring them on like our like if we do a family trip this summer. But yeah, I definitely made sure that like she knew it was like a this is what I want, but it's way out of reach. And like, I understand if you can't. I understand if it's like you just don't care. This is an entirely a me thing. This is just like me thinking like, man, I really want that back. Man, I have such good memories of that. Whatever. It's entirely me being weird and just being like, I have fond memories of that. I want it again. This is my favorite 3DS. And it is. I love how this thing looks. It's great. But it's not something that a lot of people would reasonably pay $350 for it. But my mom isn't reasonable. And she paid 350 Canadian dollars for something I have already had once before. And I'm just so happy that, you know, her job is working out. She started streaming, and it's been working out for her. And obviously, I mean, here's the proof. She was able to buy something that I've already had before. Just like, go like, yep, cool. Yep. And I couldn't be more grateful. I really couldn't. Because I love the 2DS. I still do. But this just means so much more. Because with the 2DS, by the time I had the 2DS, I already had a hand-me-down phone. It wasn't like cellular or anything, but I already had that. I could watch YouTube on that. I could play some games. Not really great games, but I could play some games on there. I had a computer, I had my Chromebook. But when I had this was all I had. So it meant a lot more to me. And it's really just hitting me now. That's why it meant so much more to me. Because when I had this, between 2016 and 2018, this was the only thing I had. Our newest home console was the Wii. The newest device in our house, other than my parents' phones. Actually, this was newer than at the time. Not just counting like the 3DS release date in 2011, but like the new 3DS at the time. That was the newest 3DS, this specific model. This was the newest piece of technology in our house. And it was mine. And it was the only thing that I had at the time. It was my entertainment device. It was how I watched YouTube. It was how I played games. And it was awesome. And I know in 2017, everyone else was moving on. Everyone else had the Switch. Everyone else was giving up on this generation because who needs a dedicated handheld? We have a handheld and a home console all in one. But I was a kid. And I loved my 3DS. And so when I saw people going like, just kill the 3DS already, nobody cares, I cared. So when they announced Minecraft 3DS, I was there. And I was like, no way, I get to play Minecraft! And when they announced Luigi's Mansion being remade, I was like, whoa, I can finally play the original. I love Dark Moon. I got Dark Moon for my birthday in, I think, 2017. I loved it. And I still do. There's just something about this generation that it just hits different. You know, it's dumb because, you know, most people look back on the Wii U and 3DS and just say, I liked it, I guess. Mostly the 3DS. The Wii U kind of stinks. And the 3DS, who even likes it now? Prices say otherwise. A lot of people like it, but you know, I just think that this thing is awesome. And this generation having a dedicated handheld and a dedicated home console will always just be cooler to me, especially the way that the Wii U and the 3DS were like so interconnected this generation. Like the way that their eShops were the same and the Miiverse was on both. It was just so cool. And things like being able to like use this as a controller for Smash Wii U, like it's just so cool to me. The fact that these were so close but like different, but they just shared so much DNA, and it's what made this whole thing so special. And even if I never owned a Wii U until 2022, and even if I didn't own this until 6 days ago, it just hits. Because even when I did own this, my friends owned this. And the ability to go to their house and see like they had a 3DS and they had a Wii U, and the way that they all worked together, it just thinking about it makes me remember that stuff. And I wish I kept in touch with them. But I have a lot of good memories with this. And while I never owned you, I still had a lot of good memories with this. And now that I own both, it just feels awesome. Because, I mean, firstly, they're both like black, and I think that looks cool together. Like, obviously, the original 3DS would match a little bit better because it's more glossy, but I really like this. And like this is honestly, it's stupid as hell. No normal person thinks like this. I should do an autism test. Because, like, I think to myself a lot. No shit, but I don't like claiming that, obviously. Because I don't know for sure. But it would make sense. So I will do that. I will get that test someday. Not right now. And I'm not going to claim that. Obviously. I'm just going to say probably. Maybe. Yeah, probably, yeah. It makes sense. It checks out. But I really just, I look back at it, and I think about, like, for the longest time, even when I had neither, I dreamed of owning both. And my first step to that was getting this in 2022. And for a while, it wasn't this and this. It was this and this. And it was still cool, because they still connected. And I still love this. I love them all. I'm just so appreciative of what I have in the given moment. And it's not like when I played this, the whole time I was just sitting there playing 2DS, playing like Tomodachi Life or whatever, and just going like, I wish I had what I used to have. God, I want my 3DS back. This is worthless. Of course not. Because that's not how I am, and that's not how anyone should be. You shouldn't be mumble, grumble, fumble, stumble. I want the better thing. I want what I used to have. I deserve it. Meh, meh, meh. Because at the end of the fucking day, I was the stupid kid that plugged this into a TV, trying to make it to work as a capture card using the aux port. That's how you learn. And I don't wish that I didn't, like, I don't wish that I didn't break it, because I learned. And honestly, if I never broke it, I don't think this thing would be as special, because I would have just always had it. And I would have never had this, because this was a replacement. Same with the red one. This was a replacement for this. But now I have both. And I have this. And I don't think I would have ever had this had my original one of these never broke. So I'm very appreciative that I was a dumbass, because I don't think I would have grown to appreciate the past if I had smoothly transitioned out of the past, I guess. Like, if I just always had this, my original one, I don't think I would have appreciated it as much. Like, I would have looked back fondly, of course, probably, but not nearly as much. And I'm just so happy that everything's working out. And I'm hoping that it's not just this stuff that works out, but my real life stuff. School is kind of important, so I should probably get back to it. Not right now, though, because it's midnight. And we should probably start looking at this instead of just talking about it. So let me put my other stuff away. Alright. So this is the same model of 3DS that I had as a kid. And I got it for Christmas this year. And I love it. let's take a look. I don't have the stylus that I ordered. I ordered a stylus for it, but I don't have it yet, so I'm going to use this. I don't want to smudge it. So anyway. Alright. Starting off in the homebrew, I guess. So, we got Mario Kart 7's in there. Some DSiWare. We got some fun stuff, and DS games as well. We got Twilight Menu, Mario Clock, Mario Calculator. I am in the movie. Oh, hold on. Am I in 720p poopy fart? Is that why everything looks garbage? Am I ruining this? Am I about to hit stop recording and make this a whole lot harder to upload? I was already in 1080p. It just looks like that. This camera is not good at all. It makes my DS look like bad. Anyway, I am in the movie. Picto Chat. There's all those. New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. Co-op. Newer Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Galaxy DS. Mario Kart DS. Tetris DS. Nothing. Okay, we're done that. Applications. System settings. 3DS camera. 3DS sound. eShop. You know what these are. Swap Doodle. Smash controller. This shut down, it didn't work. This shut down, it didn't work. We all know what this is. We all know what this is. I fucking love download play, man. Just as a concept, it is still so cool and awesome and cool to me that like you can just share an entire game. There's such a cool use of download play that I have to show. Maybe not in this video, but I might make a short about it. Alright, so we all know that DS download play is the coolest thing ever, right? But I just found something even cooler about it, specifically for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. And I lost my mind when I realized this. Like, this is just so cool. Okay, so I start the game. I go to my file. Boom. I don't click that yet. I go here. I go to Scare-Scraper. I go to Download Play. Amazing. I go to Waiting. And then I go to Create Scare-Scraper. And then yeah. Come on. Okay. Boom. And then I go to this. And then it finds it. And then I click it. And then I download it. Oh, and then I click start. Give it a second. Oh yeah, I also like how this one's a bit more direct, because this is downloading it. It just calls it uploading data here. It doesn't just say loading. It actually says it's uploading specifically for this to download. I think that's cool terminology. But anyway, alright, so now we get to the cool part. Boom. Scare-Scraper, loaded. Loading, loading. There it is. Boom. Then wait a minute. Aw, I changed my mind. I don't really want to play. Sorry, bro. Guess you can't play. Guess what? It still stays on the game. You can continue to play. Like, I can close this game. They are no longer connected. And it stays on the system until you turn it off. So you can put it in a sleep mode, you can take it with you, and you can just play Scare-Scraper for free. You can go, I don't have any friends. That's okay. I'll just play on my own. You can create a room. You can create that. Boom. And you can just play it without it. This is closed. This is closed. Nothing. And it just works. That is still, like, I just realized that, like, yesterday or the day before. That is so cool to me. That you can just download it from someone else. Just say, like, hey, dude, can I get this game from you? Yeah, bro, of course. and you download it, and you can just play it until you turn it off. That is just so cool to me. Anyway, health and safety information. I also made a video about that. eShop. You can see what I have here. These are Mario Bros. Smash, Bowser Inside Story, Dream Team, Paper Jam, Sticker Star, Top 100, Star Rush, Golf, Kirby Triple Deluxe, Blow Up Blast, Planet Robobot, Ironfall Invasion, Pilot Wings Resort, Captain Toad, Tomodachi, Q Creator Demo, Minecraft, Pokédex 3D Pro, just because I wanted to look at Pokemon, I guess. Luigi's Mansion, still haven't played it. WarioWare Gold. This one's actually really fun. Also, I didn't realize how late it came out when I started playing it, and then I saw a Switch in it, so I lost my mind. Moving on. Homebrew. We got CGP7 right front and center, aka this first one. Nimbus, 3D Shell, NetPass, the GOAT, Universal Updater, Fourth Tube, although when I watch YouTube, I usually watch it in the web browser now. I should have said Nimbus, my GOAT as well. FBI, Homebrew Launcher, Anemone, FTPD, Notify Me, Don't Talk About It, Doom. I was shocked to find out, because I had this on my 2DS, I was shocked to find out when I started playing it on here, that it's actually in 3D, and it looks really good. Also, the C-Stick for Control and Doom feels awesome. Seriously, it feels great, because Doom is not, super precise anyway. You're supposed to use the arrow keys on the original. I mean, you can use a mouse, obviously, but I'm pretty sure it's made for arrow keys, unless that was an afterthought. But either way, it's not like you have to be super precise. The C-Stick feels great for that. Super Mario 64. I'm not a huge fan of free cam, actually, in Mario 64. I actually prefer how Mario 64 originally does his camera, because I'm a bitch.
Go to the elves' world.
Give you this budge. That's for badges. I don't remember what this is. 3DS ident. Oh yeah, they're TN, by the way. Get fucked. I don't care. I don't care. They're 3DS screens. I don't care what they look like. They look fine. Oh yeah, my DSi XL looks better. I don't care. They work fine. This thing you're not supposed to use anymore. I just have it because the Luma looks funny. He looks so weird, super low poly and fat. Look at him. NTR-CFW, I tried using it. It doesn't stream very well, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to do an emulator if I'm going to do a Let's Play of Super Mario Bros. 2. Screenshot merge. Checkpoint, I think that's called. Small games for little small things. We got Face Raiders. We got Badge Arcade. We got Pink Dot, Blue Dot. We got 15. We got Sonic the 3D Hedgehog the 1 and Sonic the 3D Hedgehog the 2. Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, because it's Rust. AR Games. Table Tennis Infinity. I'll hit my game. And Sonics. A lot of these I got from, because I didn't feel right pirating a bunch of crap, even if a lot of these are. These ones I didn't own. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Most of these, though, I actually went through my 3DS purchase history on my original Nintendo Network ID. I couldn't get it on this because it is forever permanently linked to my broken DS. The remote transferring thing doesn't work anymore. I called once, doesn't work. I looked at the website that a guy sent me a long time ago when I asked, hey, I might get this thing again. Will I be able to do this? He said, yeah, of course. Here's a link. And he sent it to my email. I checked the link. It shut down in August. I got this in December. So, get fucked, me. Video. See, it says video, not videos. So there's only one. But the whole 3D video thing, that's really cool to me. So you can just see what it looks like on a 3DS. That's really cool. NES games. These ones I all owned, I believe. Yep. Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Pac-Man. Also, something funny, well, you see here in the Game Boy, I also owned Game Boy Pac-Man and Super Mario Land. I actually went through my entire purchase history on my original 3DS in another video. I'll put that somewhere, like in the description or whatever. This isn't a very high effort post, can you tell? SNES. That's the only one I owned. I didn't want to pirate anymore. I mean, a lot of these, not wrong one. A lot of these are, and I don't feel great. I wish I could still buy stuff. I really do. I owned this. This came with my 2DS, and I also have it on cartridge. I own this. A lot of these don't feel great. I really do, but I can't feel that bad because it's shut. The eShop shut down. I know. I dropped it. That's not good. I know I'm admitting to a crime, technically, but oh, Mario just called for a noose. I guess I should be scared. I would pay them. I really would, if I could, but unfortunately, this app is useless now. Huge shame. That was everything. That was really quick compared to my ramblings. But yeah, I love this thing. And I will continue to love this thing. Hopefully not to death, though. If anyone has any good tips on how to clean it up a little bit, because it's not as bad as it looks on the video. I don't know why the video is accentuating. I can't really talk. I start to sound sick when it starts to get late, I think. I'm not actually sick, at least I don't think I am. Maybe I'll wake up and I'll be, like, fucked. But I think I sound sick when it gets late, and it's pretty late. It's 4:30. But anyway, if anyone has any tips for polishing up these, because there's some things that are like a little but I feel like I'm starting to get really, really nitpicky with these things. Like, I polished the shit on my DSi, and now this thing, I start like looking at it, I see like every little scratch, I'm just like, oh man, oh gee gosh heck man. But all things considered, for a 9-year-old device, this isn't that bad. So, you know. Yeah, if anyone has any like tips to maintain this or something, I guess, I don't know. It looks fine in real life. It's just the video. Like, there's some stuff up here, like I mentioned, and but I mean, otherwise, it's pretty much fine. Like, this is a little weird texture, I guess, but it looks fine in real life. I don't like. This is a little scratched, I guess, but it's a hinge. It functions. It's not like a fucked up hinge. It's a good crack. So, yeah. I like this thing. I really do. And I will always like it. I'll always love it. And I'm really grateful that streaming started to work out for my mom. That she's making enough money from it to be able to do this for me. And I will always be forever grateful for her. So, yeah. Now, here's to hoping I can get a job and then I can pay her back someday, because that's just for me. I just want to pay her back. Anyway, I'm going to try and go to sleep, and hopefully I don't wake up feeling like garbage. Goodbye. Good night. Yeah, I'm done. I stayed up way too fucking late talking about this shit. And most of it wasn't even talking about this. Most of it was like going like, what am I going to talk about? Or, alright, I'm all set up. And then I started scrolling YouTube shorts for way too fucking long. I shouldn't have done that. Goodbye. Good night. I will keep posting about this specifically, because I love it. 2DS2, and DSi. I love them all. Goodbye.